I'm Rachel from Cougar Board, and we have Trevin Knell from the basketball team here with us today. And this is part 3 of a 3-part series, so make sure you watch part 1 and 2. Hi, Trevin. Thanks again for being with us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell us about what year you are at BYU and what you're majoring in.
So I am a senior academically at BYU.
Okay.
I'm majoring in business management.
Okay.
And I have only 10 credits left, so I graduated this April, which is super exciting.
That is so exciting.
But eligibility-wise, I still have 2 more years. So depending on what I do this year, I could have 2 more years in the Big 12 if I wanted.
So 1 year is a red shirt from COVID.
1 year would be the COVID year,
Uh-huh.
and then just 1 more year of what would have been my senior year, depending on what happens this year.
Gotcha. So what do you want to do with your business degree?
I don't even know. I just felt like it was such a smart idea.
Mm-hmm.
BYU has so many networking options, and I feel like having a business degree was the best way to kind of grow that networking and hopefully be able to have a job that's I both like and that can support a family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with a business degree, right?
Exactly. You can't really go wrong with it.
Yeah. So tell us about how you met your wife.
So I met Tatum from Coach Pope's wife, Leanne.
Okay.
So we're literally about ready to start our summer stretching. We're like 10 minutes before we start practice.
Mm-hmm. And
practices in the summer are super rigorous, super intense. Yeah. And Coach Pope is super intense.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes up with a weird smile, and he comes up to me and goes, "Trevor, you dating anybody?" I'm like, "No." I was like, "I'm just dating around right now." And he goes, "Well, Miss Leanne has a cute girl that she wants to set you up with." And he's like, "I'll text you her number," and that's the last thing I want to hear.
So you were feeling like, no, I don't want to.
And I was like, no, this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get in with this. Coach Pope setting us up, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it worked out, and, next thing you know, we've been married a year. So.
Wow. So where is she from?
She's from Orem, and she went to school in Orem High, and then she moved out to LA to pursue acting for 4 years.
Oh, okay.
So she's a dreamer. She dreams big. She wants the best. She's super supportive, and she's just a really tender-hearted person.
Mm-hmm. So are you supportive of her as well?
I am. So she's actually gone to Tahiti to film a movie in the summer that she was super excited about, and there's definitely a level of maturity you kind of have with someone who acts. Mm-hmm. She hasn't done anything that she has to kiss somebody else or do anything like that yet, but we definitely talk about everything, and I think the biggest key is just open communication and make sure that's priority number 1, and she's super supportive of me, so I was like, how can I not be supportive of her? So it's been definitely a growing stage. It's the first year of marriage, but it's been amazing to be able to grow closer together.
So does Coach Pope hold that over your head that he set you up with your wife?
Every once in a while he'll joke and be like, "Hey, make sure Tatum doesn't find out about practice today or whatnot."
Yeah.
But he's been awesome. He always asks about her, and I feel like Coach Pope and Miss Leanne are like my second parents. They want the best for me as well. I feel super comfortable talking to them about literally anything.
And so they know you really well too, if they know who you're gonna fall in love with.
I've known them for 4 years now, and then for 3 years of them recruiting me, and so we've almost known each other for 10 years right now. So I know their family super well. I'm really close to his daughters. His family's amazing.
Are you excited to play in the Big 12?
I am more excited than literally anybody.
Yeah.
I've been wanting this for so long.
Yeah.
And it's just been such a unique experience. Even last year, I was like, well, can we have a buyout? I want to play right now. So my mom was like, no, we're going to finish it out.
I can't wait.
We're not buying it. We're not trying to do a buyout. But the Big 12 is super exciting. We were literally talking about the other day that the 1 seed could be playing the last seed in the Big 12, and it's a 2-point game.
Yeah.
Up to the end, the last second shot, the spread is even a 1.5 points. So the Big 12 is going to be super competitive. It's the best basketball conference in the country, so it's going to be super fun. But with that being said, we still have a couple games left in the WCC, and we still haven't won the WCC. So that's our main goal right now, is just to come out and try to win the WCC and punch our ticket to the NCAA tournament.
So you're just kind of going one step at a time, but do you have any plans for improving to be in the Big 12, or?
Yeah, Coach Pope and I were actually talking about that. Like, we're definitely going to have to step up our defense. Like, we're going to have to be 10 times more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to be that much better at communicating on defense. And I think defense is such a key because, the Big 12 is so much bigger. They're so much more athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And so defense is going to be such a key. And at the same time, we're going to be that much more experienced as a team. Like, we're so new, we're so young this year that it's such a learning curve. But next year is going to be so much better, and we're going to get better each and every year. But I have a lot of personal goals that I have that I've already talked to Coach Pope about. And so it's going to be super fun to, jump right into it.
Are you sharing your personal goals, or are they private?
They're not, like, super
Okay.
private, but, like, some personal goals are I've already mapped out what I have to do personally. Like, obviously, I want the team to win. That's the biggest goal is team first. But at the same time, you have to have personal levels to continue to grow as a player. And my personal goals, I want to be Jimmer out on his 3-point record at BYU.
How does he feel about that, since you're friends?
Yeah, he doesn't even know, but it's coming.
Okay.
But I already know what I have to do, and it's just like it's super doable. It's 3 threes a game.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Like that. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So that's a personal goal. I also want to, break the 1,000-point club for BYU, and I think all these goals are possible, and like there's a lot more, but like I'm just super excited to jump right back into it and start playing.
Yeah, I like how you've broken them down into measurable steps.
There is measurable, and I'm literally gonna try to work for it every single day. And last year I was, inching towards, it was like 1 3 a game, and you have to like do it for 27 games or something like that, and that was the record. And I was at like 17,
Oh, so
and
close.
I missed one, and I was like, oh my gosh, come on. So there's definitely goals that are measurable, and I'm just, super excited to dive right into it.
So when you miss one, do you get in your head, or do you just let it go?
My freshman year and probably a little bit last year, just dealing with that injury, it definitely got in my head. Like, I was like, okay, is it my shoulder? My freshman year was like, oh, am I going to get pulled because I missed a shot? But now that I'm a little bit more mature, like, just like Coach Pope always talks about us being vets, being here longer, I'm not getting in my head as much. Like, I'm shooting better than I've ever have in my previous years. Like, we have a device that Coach Pope has bought for us. It's called NOAA Lytics, and it literally tracks our shooting percentage, our arc, and everything.
Wow.
And for the past 7 weeks, and it ranks us against NBA players and how they shoot.
Yeah.
And so the past 7 weeks, I'm the best in the entire NBA in terms of our depth and our arc.
Yes,
So
that's awesome.
I'm super excited to like be able to measure how much better I've gotten over the past couple of years, and it's like I'm just super pumped to try to get back into it.
That is great news. So just one last question before we end our video. What's it like having the best locker room in America?
It's awesome. That's our staple. We call it's BLRA, best locker room in America.
Yeah.
And I feel like we fell away from that last year. Like, I feel like guys were kind of doing their own thing. We didn't really have that camaraderie, and we didn't have that, openness as a team. And this year you can see a whole different aspect with the team, like a whole different characteristic. We are so open with each other. Like, when guys walk in the locker room, we're all smiling. We're turning on songs. We're dancing.
Wow.
Like, we're just, we're all like a family. And we always talk about inner circle. Like, our inner circle is the team, Like, outside of basketball, our inner circle's family, friends, whatnot. But in terms of basketball, like, the teams are inner circle, and we kind of all bought into it. We don't have any hidden agendas. Like, a great guy to talk about is Rudy. He started for us, and now he's he's coming off the bench, but he's never wavered in terms of getting mad at the coaches for not starting, or like, he's like the first guy to start talking on the bench, first guy to start laughing, first guy to start smiling. So this team's so much better at just about rooting for each other and make sure everybody is on the same page and that we win together.
Yeah, I bet that's really important to your game too.
Oh
to
yeah,
have
for
that
sure.
Relationship with them. I know I said that was the last question, but I have one more
Let's go.
follow-up question. What are your plans for the future?
That's a great question. I definitely want to see how far basketball can take me. I think it's a gift to be able to play a sport like this, and I think anybody in college, I think their end goal is to go pro, right? And if that's overseas, that's overseas. If that's in the NBA, that's in the NBA, But I definitely want to see how far basketball can take me. And once the basketball stops bouncing, then it's time to like giddy up and find a legit, adult
Business job.
But we're gonna see how far I can take basketball.
That's really exciting. I'm excited to see where you'll take this and where your future heads. So
Thank you. It's gonna be super exciting.
yeah, thank you so much for answering questions and being here with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Thanks for watching part 3 of our video with Trevin Knell, and make sure you watch part 1 and 2.
Thank you for watching this interview. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the other 2 parts of this interview, plus all of our other interviews we do with BYU athletes. We also like to give a special thanks to our Cougar Board insiders for making this possible.